everybody, Dr. Erin here. I tried to make this video yesterday morning with my children. We might just post it for fun, but it's a little bit insane. I'm gonna have Lillian, who's behind the camera here, come a little closer at times to see different pieces. So we're gonna make bulletproof coffee today, and I'm gonna show you our little method of emulsifying your fat and getting your good fats in. So I like to buy a 48-ounce stainless steel mixing cup, because when you use glass and you accidentally touch the edge of the glass with a piece of metal and you're pouring hot coffee over it, it could crack. So I've lost many a bowl jar that I don't want to lose anymore. This happened yesterday too, and I couldn't get the ghee open. So we have this lovely Banyan Botanicals ghee.
And what's the difference between ghee and like grass-fed butter?
So, very good question. Grass-fed butter is great. You can also use butter. Ghee is clarified butter where the milk solids have been removed. So that's very important for those of us who have LCT SNPs in their epigenetic test, the nutrition genome, because then you want to not have as much milk products that have lactose in it because you can't digest them very well. So I'm having to open all these little bottles because apparently nobody has made bulletproof coffee here at our lovely new little office kitchen. So the clean MCT without solvents in a glass bottle that we like here. I pour quite a bit in the bottom. You can just kind of cover it. That's probably 3+ tablespoons. And then I'm going to put some nice heaping tablespoonful of ghee in there. This is going to keep me going while I'm on the phone or whoever I'm talking to. Now the Phospholipid Complex that we have a lot of people start, especially once we see that they have PEMT SNPs, which means they have a hard time getting their phospholipids into their fatty bilipid membrane layers of every cell in your body. Yeah, a lot of people have those. So this bottle comes with a ridiculously small opening. Yeah. And to try to store it in the fridge and have it become even thicker and then squeeze it through the hole, no, I wish I had a smaller jar, but I think this is the smallest one we have. So I'm going to show you my little hack for that. I take that off and then I just squeeze the whole thing out into a jar. And it really doesn't take very long. To get the very last parts of it, you can just put the lid back on, let it sit. It'll all just run to the top. You can see that even just that second is getting some more out of there. And you just put the rest of it in there. And if you get really impatient, you can also just let it sit upside down in a smaller jar, or even wash your container and let it sit upside down in there for the next day when you get to the very end of the bottle. In fact, I'm just gonna take a little bit in here for. Now the beauty of this is it is lecithin. It's phospholipid, what does it say on here? Phosphatidylcholine from sunflower lecithin. So it's just an easier way to blend fats. What emulsifiers do is they completely surround the fat particle. So I've got all my fats in here, and then I've got stuff on the spoon. I like to make my coffee in a French press because then there's no plastic. There's certainly other types of coffee makers that don't have plastic, but that's one of the most important things here. Pour the coffee over the spoon, get all that good, yummy, nutritious fat and lecithin off of there. This is a whopping hit. Oh, I poured it all in there. I guess everybody's having bulletproof coffee. Okay, so then I take a towel for my immersion blender, which helps us not get nice fatty stains all over our pretty dress. So I'm gonna put this around there like that. Now I like to lift it off the bottom a little so it doesn't make a massively loud noise, and I'm gonna use the higher setting if you have a setting. Different setting, low and high, because it will give us a little bit more froth. Not the prettiest sound. Oop. Looks like I didn't have my blender put together properly. So you can blend it as much as you want. as you want. So you can see there's a little bit of froth there on the top. If you want to show, my immersion blender at home actually goes a little bit faster even than this, I think, and it gives us a nice froth. But then my next technique is to pour it into my mug to keep it hot, which I left in the other room. So if Lillian can entertain you for a minute, I'll be right back.
Yeah, and you don't want to just put this in a cup and mix it because all of the fats will kind of sit at the top. You could also do it in, your normal blender if you don't have an emulsion blender, but the emulsion blender is super convenient. Okay.
Okay, so Contigo mugs are great because you can lock them and they don't spill at all. And what I really like to do is pour the beginning into the thermos, and then when that frothy part starts coming, I like to get it into my mug. And then I'm gonna leave the rest of this for someone else here. I don't need